on the beach. The ocean sprays, the birds speak. We look inside and rise in peace, eyes open to realize hope as we walk in beauty wherever the path leads. Creator is guiding me on this journey. That's all I need. Warmth beneath my feet as I look into the skies. Tears fill my eyes, and love fills my mind. The drum sounding so astounding, heart pounding with relief. Ears open to catch the lessons, 5 fingers counting my blessings. I believe with time and effort we can achieve.
Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing? Welcome to the first episode of Coffee Time with Dan, a mental health project or a mental health podcast presented by the Rumination Project. And let me get a better picture up here and some music. But I hope everybody's doing wonderful. Please hit that like, share, reaction button. We have 7 giveaways today. Along with the show, we are going to be talking about what the status of mental illness in the United States is, go over some stats, talk in general, and continue on the day. But let me get some music in here. And then fix this. Why am I not? There we go. And we'll get that hashtag up while we're at it, because we got to give away something every about 12-15 minutes. So we have 7 prizes. I'm not going to tell you what they are until you actually win it. So we're going to have a hashtag giveaway number 1, and then we're going to spin a wheel to get your prize. And we have 7 different prizes throughout the morning here on our show. And let me pop that up here. And our first one's going to be hashtag giveaway. Oh, not that board. Giveaway number 1. Or actually giveaway 1. Just put that in the hashtag and you'll enter in to win that first one. And again, it's anywhere from could be anything, and you'll know that once I give it away. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Please hit that like, share, reaction button, share to your favorite group, or tag a friend in. This is a mental health podcast. We're going to be talking about mental health stuff. And what's going on, Rhino? How you doing? It's a funner way to do it. That way you don't know what you're actually going to win. And I looked back at my podcasts, and I have not done a mental health podcast. It's been over a year, I believe. My YouTube is kind of messed up with the video order, but it looked like over a year. And I didn't realize it had been that long since me and Rhino had done a podcast like that. And I've been talking about doing this again for months, and I never did. But here we are again. Every Sunday at 9 a.m. we have guests that will be on the show as well, co-host. If anybody remembers Cheyenne Moore, she was a guest on me and Rhino's podcast about twice. She will be coming on again as a co-host. I have about 2 other local people that people probably don't know, but are going to be very informative with mental health. I have a guy in my area. He is a gut mental health expert. He basically, anything that has to do with gut mental health, he knows. Thanks for all the tags. I need to tag some people in myself. I never did that. And please hit that hashtag. We have a wheel that we're going to spin, like I said. Yeah, I have a whole page of people to tag, but I never did. But we're going to talk about the status of mental health today. Like I said, it's not in good shape. I actually just looked at the recent stats from 2024 stats are basically the stats from the last 2 years. They kind of combine them, but those are the most recent. And it's very troubling. And the media currently is overwhelmed with obviously other things in the news that we are not even talking about mental health anymore. And like anywhere in the media, it's not talking anywhere about mental health. It's sad, but this is this is the reality of today's news. They are being overwhelmed and bombarded with everything that's going on in the White House. They aren't able to really talk about anything else. And right now, it's the mental health status in our country is not good at all. It's not good at all. And once I start reading these statistics to you, you're going to be shocked. Let me tag some more people in here as well. You're going to be shocked that what I say, especially about adolescents and teenagers and the struggle they are having in our world. But please, while you're at it, please tag somebody in as well. I'm going to tag about 10 people in here. I tagged all my followers, but that never really works. So please tag a friend in if you may, who may like to hear about mental health. And all these names, there's no way I can tag all of them. There's 100 names here. So I'm going to do my best. But how's everybody doing today? Please put down in the comments how you're doing today. Are you mentally well? Was today a good week? Are you doing well? I always like to know that because get a feel of the room, but I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's happy that spring is around the corner and that warm weather is actually coming. And I forgot to set that timer. So we're going to do 12 minutes from now. We're going to give away that first prize. And then we're going to do 12 minutes again and give away that other prize. We have 7 prizes to give away today to celebrate our 300, 400, 500, 600, 700 followers on the Rumination Project, as well as this being our first episode. And I also never celebrated the 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 followers on my personal page, which we'll be celebrating on my podcast, my mental health podcast, as well as Great River Mushrooms. I think later this week or next week, we will be having a huge celebration, and we'll be giving away about 10 different items from Great River Mushrooms. So please join me for that whenever that happens. I'm not sure yet. Thanks for the tag, Lisa. Appreciate it. Tagging some more people in as well. I think I need a little different music. Good morning, Daniel Cooper. How you doing? Hope you're having a good old time. Hopefully the weather's a lot better in Oklahoma than it has been recently with all the tornadoes. It's supposed to be 63 here and sunny, and that's beautiful weather. I'm still going to tag some more people in here. I see some people. And alrighty, wait for some more people. AM anxiety has been an issue for me lately. I'm sorry to hear that. No, I wake up with anxiety too, but thinking about the day and how beautiful it is and the spring's coming helps kind of reduce it. And this show helps reduce my anxiety. Sorry to hear that, Rhino. I'm sorry to hear about Rhino's wife, sister passed away last night, so she is in our thoughts. I'm so sorry to hear that, Rhino, when I woke up this morning. For sure, and you should celebrate her life. If she lived a very long life, celebrate it and be happy of all the happy times and the good times you had together. Sounds like the same weather here. This week's going to be beautiful weather, 70s, but then it's going to go back to normal. So get out there and enjoy that weather. It's going to be a beautiful week, especially in the Midwest. Yeah, thoughts and prayers. Absolutely. Well, I hope Patty is okay as well, and thoughts are with her too, and you as well. let me bring up that another screen here. Oh, I can. I got the hashtags. We're going to put the hashtag in the banner. You take care of that real quick. I'm not giving away FICO. All right. Giveaway number 1. And now let's present that screen to the mental health screen. That screen. It's not very big, is it? Let's see if I can bring that up bigger. There you go. And this is actually a screenshot, or this is actually from the Mental Health Institute. Mental Health in America, that's what it's called. Sorry. This is an organization that actually gets a lot of statistics. And let me read about that stat. Mental Health America is the nation's leading nonprofit dedicated to the promotion of mental health, well-being, and illness prevention. Our work is informed, designed, and led by the lived experience of those most affected. So a lot of their statistics on here, I don't know where they get them. Maybe they keep them themselves, get them from the government. But this screen actually has a lot of the stats here, and you can actually download a free version of the report for free. I actually downloaded it, and it's really long, it's really lengthy, it goes into very good detail, but the numbers we're going to go to are down here. These are just the overview of it, and it's not very good in America right now. Like I said, we were struggling mentally, and it's getting worse, and now we have less resources. And I'm not hating on anybody that's going on right now. I'm just telling the reality of the situation. Our mental health services are currently being pulled. They're being taken away from us. We don't have a lot of them, but anybody who is disabled or has a mental illness is now being put on the back burner in our country. And that's really, really troubling. I hate to see it, especially with our veterans. They're now eliminating 80,000 positions with our veterans. This is only going to hurt our veterans' mental health. And it just really saddens me, pisses me off. Thanks, Lucas, appreciate it. But this is the current status of our mental health in our country, and it's not good. And it's only going to get worse until we really start to put this at the front burner of our health. And it's sad to see our adolescents struggle with it, because our children are the ones that are going to be the ones that get the bad end of this when we pull all of our mental health services. Because right now, the stats say there's only one mental health provider for every 364 people in the U.S. And that's probably an exaggeration. And even the stat says that. It's actually written right here. There it is. Right there at the bottom, there are 340. I think I can zoom in. So you can magnify the image, maybe not. Oh, I guess you can. Can you see that? Yeah, there it is. So there are 340 people for every mental health provider in the U.S. And then I saw another one that said that number was probably inflated, and that it's inaccurate more than likely. Some other key findings are, this one's really surprising. 18% of adults in the U.S. have had a substance use disorder in the past year, and 77% of them did not receive treatment. That's insane. That is insane. That is such a high stat. 77% of people with a substance abuse problem did not seek help. That's troubling as well, especially for people with substance abuse problems. They don't have the resources either. So, yeah. Again, we're giving that giveaway too. Please get in that giveaway. We have 4 more minutes to give it away, and I don't think we got 6 entries. We got 11 people in here, only 6 entries. Hit away that hashtag giveaway 1, and please hit that like, reaction, share button as well. I really appreciate it. Let's get some more people in here. We got 11 people in the house. And again, if you guys are just joining me again, I'm Dan Baird. I'm bipolar type 2 with ADHD, and I was diagnosed in 2019. And I'm here to talk about mental health, spread awareness, and show that it is okay for us to talk about it. Let me bring that hashtag back up. I wish we could put multiple screens on here, but it won't allow me yet. So we got 3 minutes. Get in that hashtag. We got 10 people in here. I know some people haven't got in it. Hashtags, and then we're gonna bring up spin a wheel for a prize. And there's actually cash, some other things too. So buy somebody's coffee this morning. But what's everybody's mental health situation in their area? In my area, it's not very good. We have 4 to 6 months out if you want to make an appointment. Good morning, Brenda. How you doing? And that's unacceptable too. I've actually called in our area and told them that I was suicidal, and they said they could get me in 4 months. And this was years ago, probably 7 years ago. And I said, well, what's that going to do in 4 months if I'm suicidal now? And they said, there's nothing we could do. I'll go to the ER. And that's unacceptable too. I mean, the people at the ER they don't have the skills to deal a lot of times with people with mental illnesses, and they just turn them away. Two more minutes, we'll give that first prize. So the reason I actually started this podcast it's been a while, was because of my mental health struggles, and then my discovery of magic mushrooms. It opened my eyes to what mental illness truly is and how we can actually fix it. And when I started doing magic mushrooms, I became fully aware of everything in my life. I became aware that this medicine that they had been giving me for decades was useless, that the mushrooms had actually given me the opportunity to learn so much about myself that I was able to discover why I developed a mental illness. I've discovered how to create boundaries, very big boundaries, but they're needed in order to keep the symptoms of the bipolar down. And then I started a podcast to kind of share that information and share mental health, education, and because not a lot of people do it. There's not a lot of podcasts with men who have a mental illness out there. So here we are, 4 years later, with this the Rumination Project. And the Rumination Project is a podcast where we talk about things that are difficult to talk about, mostly mental illness. And rumination actually means to talk deeply about something. That's what the term actually means. And then I chose the word project because it is a project to get people to talk about things deeply. So that is the reason for the name, the Rumination Project. And then the shows is coffee time because I love coffee. All right, we're coming down here. Let's bring that up. All right, Rhino, that's probably going to get worse. I know that a lot of funding has been pulled to help these places, and a lot of them may shut down. I know mental health services to veterans have now been disrupted, as well as other services with the elimination of a lot of jobs at VA hospitals. And that's really worrisome because these veterans a lot of them have serious mental illnesses. And a lot of them actually are these people who have these jobs at these hospitals, because the VA is one of their big things is they love to hire people who were former veterans. And I'm really worried about where those veterans are now going to be able to find jobs at. And they may struggle now, and they go back to their mental illness that they had because they're struggling. So let's just send good thoughts out for this country that we can head in a good direction with mental health and not go backwards like some days I feel we are. But let's give that away. How many people in this one? We got 8 entries. So let's spin it. What's going on, Tucker? Rocker, I'll give you 1 second. You want to get in this hashtag giveaway one, and I'm about to spin it. We have 7 giveaways that we're doing today to celebrate this podcast. Give it 30 more seconds because I know there's a delay. Hope you're doing well too. And again, please hit that like, share, reaction button. It really helps a lot. Get that algorithm out there. Let's get some more people in here and give away some stuff. All right, 9 people. Let's hit it. Good luck, everybody. Daryl Ingram, how you doing? Congratulations. Are you here, Daryl? Like I said, they're right there, Daryl. You just actually commented. I didn't even notice. I have a pacemaker. I get a job for something to do with myself. Yeah, I understand, man. And it's just worrisome in today's world. But I hope things work out for you, Daryl. I do. Man, that's a lot. 60 to 70 people in your caseload. Wow. I got you, Daryl. I see you. Congratulations. Let me bring the other screen up and we'll actually spin and see what you win. And then let me bring that screen up. We have the wheel, and on the wheel we have 7 prizes, and $5, $10. We have 2 crystal pyramids, and I know a lot of people have joined our mental health, but they're these really pretty good energy crystal pyramids. So those are other 2 on there. We have mushroom streets, we have mushroom signs, and we have a mushroom mental health sign, and then we have lion's mane. So we're gonna spin it. Let me do a little shuffling. And I'm pretty sure there's a timer on here, but I never really figured out how to use it. Where's the timer? I don't see no timer. I don't think there is one. So we shuffle. All right, hit that spin button. Let's see what you win there, Daryl. Yeah, it was a long enough spin anyway. I didn't need to add more. I don't see the timer. Again, if you win the money, I'm just gonna cash app it to you. Cash app Venmo. You might win that $10. Is Daryl? Oh, is it gonna stay? Oh, with the crystal pyramid. Oh, you got the 10. There it is. Congratulations. So now we're going to take that off. And then again, you can only win once in the show today. I didn't want somebody winning 7 times. So we're going to actually remove that $10. And again, Daryl, if you could send me your Cash App Venmo if you have one. If you don't, I can always find some other way to get it to you. But congratulations, Daryl. That's awesome. I'm glad you're here to talk about it, man. It's important that we do. And let me bring the next hashtag up here. But it's actually interesting when I, as a man, and I talk about mental health, and it's still troubling in the world that I actually get laughed at a lot. I actually ran an ad this week for this podcast, and there were multiple people who laughed at the posts. And these are grown adult people who laugh at other people talking about mental illness, and it really boggles my mind that we live in a society where people do that. And but we do. And I've even had people mock me locally. I've gotten harassed for talking about my mental health. So anybody who does, I applaud you, Tucker Jason, that you talk about it openly like that, and everybody should. I'm just tired of the stigma. I'm tired of people laughing at people when they do talk about it, and it's a very serious thing. Because most of the time, the people who are laughing at people talking about mental health illnesses need mental health help themselves. That's the truth. Anger and animosity, jealousy, things like that can all be signs of a mental illness. Yep, one day at a time. And let's get that hashtag back up and start the second giveaway. There was our first giveaway. Congratulations again. We'll go back and we're going to choose hashtag giveaway number 2. It is horrible. The guy that actually I was in traffic one time and a guy came by me and I don't remember what he did, but he did something that I didn't appreciate while driving, and I raised my arm like this, and I was like, what the heck? He thought I flicked him off. He followed me all the way to my shop, and he actually pulled into the shop, and he said something about he's like, I didn't know people who talk about mental health flick people off, and I was like, I didn't flick you off, buddy. And I'm like, and who's the one to follow somebody to their work and harass them? And he started talking about mental health and me being, I don't know what he was saying. I kind of walked away from him, but he literally to pull somebody over and actually know who they are because I publicly talked about mental health, and then sit there and harass them. I wish I would have got a picture of the guy's face, because I actually think there were people who knew who he was, and I was curious to who he was as well. But sometimes people are just awful. And I was really mad about that. I was like, I openly talked. I did an interview with the media last October, and I knew that I would get harassed because people with, I've treated people shitty before, and I've apologized. I've kind of tried to move on for it, but the mental illness kind of brings that out of you sometimes, and people will still judge you like that. You could treat somebody shitty 20 years ago, and they still think you're that same person, and they're going to treat you that way. But the truth is, we all change, and we change every single day we wake up. Every single decision we make, we change, and we're not the same person we were even yesterday. And yet, when we, as humans, approach that person, we still think they are. But that's the way our minds work. But the reality of the situation is that person is different than they were yesterday, and we should bring a new set of eyes to that situation. Thank you guys all for joining me. Now we're getting some hashtags. Appreciate you guys all joining. Please hit that reaction button as well. We got 12 people in the house, so please hit that reaction button. Helps a lot. And we're just going to read over some more stats about mental health. I don't need to bring the screen up, so you don't need to read it as well. But these stats, again, are from 2021, 2022. Usually the most current stats are usually running 2 to 3 years behind. But in 2021, 2022, 23% of adults experienced a mental illness in the past year, equivalent to nearly 60 million Americans. The mental health is running rampant across America, and I see it a lot, and people don't know that they are struggling. They may not know they even have a mental illness, but yet they may present manic episodes, depressive episodes, and there's a lot of different ways that that mental illness can present itself. Anger. There's a lot of people not getting treatment for mental illnesses in our country, and I understand why. Healthcare is out there expensive. And, if you want medication and you don't have health insurance, you're going to pay at least $300 to $400 for the doctor visit and then your prescription. And I don't understand how we got to this point as a country. We don't care about mental health. And it keeps getting put on the back burner with every president we bring in. Nobody wants to take it serious. Oh, really? That sucks, buddy. I'm sorry to hear that. You figure people in 12-step meetings would all be on the same page, that, we're all about healing and getting over things. But the other troubling stat too as well that I saw, guess what 2022 was the highest statistic ever recorded. Suicides. We had the most suicides we've ever had as a country in 2022. And that's the latest stat. Is that going to continue to rise? Is that going to decline? I mean, I understand why that stat went up. It had to do with COVID. But when we start talking about suicide, we start talking about losing friends. So we have more than 5% of the U.S. population reported experiencing serious thoughts of suicide. So that is how many? Is that one out of 20? So 1 out of 20 people walking around have literally thought about, about taking their lives. Saddens me to say that. That's a lot of people when you actually think of it as a stat like that. 1 out of 20 people that walk around this world have thought about taking their own life. Yeah, there are definitely a lot of free programs. I hope that those programs stay, Jason. We obviously are dealing with a lot of changes in our government, and I don't know if those programs are going to be there once the dust clears. Do you think they're still going to be there? Do people in the comments think that our current administration may kill mental health treatment? Honestly, I do. I don't see any reason to believe that he wants to help, but I'm willing to have be open-minded and see how things go. Trying to get a better screen up here too. I don't know why. We'll try that one. There we go. Oh, that one's better. There you go. Hey, what's going on, Susan? Nice to see you in here. It's great to be back to podcasting about mental health. We have a lot of big plans in the show. Again, I said I have many times. I'm going to probably try to do about half my shows with a co-host. And we have a couple co-hosts coming up, and I'd love to talk to Rhino about co-hosting as well. I know I have talked to him, and maybe we could do a show about addiction. It'd be a great show to do again. And anybody else in the comments who would ever like to co-host with me, who would love to come up on screen and talk about any kind of mental health subject that you may be more of an expert in than I am, or somebody who's more educated. Like Rhino, who is an addiction counselor. He knows way more than I do about addiction, and that's why he'd be a great co-host for that. We have Cheyenne Moore, who has been in past episodes of me and Rhino's. She came on and talked about chakras one time, and then we talked about shamanism and magic mushrooms. So we have a lot of great shows, and we have my most exciting one is if I can get Sam Dancer on the show. And I know a lot of you people do not know who Sam Dancer is, but he is a star in my town. He is a star in this country. He actually has like nearly 1 million Instagram followers. But he lives in my town. He is a CrossFit athlete. He basically does CrossFit for a living. Him and his wife do. They've actually got second one time at the national games of CrossFit in our country. That was a big deal. I mean, it was on ESPN, and they were on ESPN. So I want to get him on the show. I'm friends with him. I actually worked on his house. He's an awesome guy, and this guy is like an expert with gut health. He's passionate about it. He loves talking about gut health and how it relates to mental health. I'm really excited if I can get him on the show because he's just an amazing person and knows so much. I've never seen a guy so passionate about gut health as he is. But he basically talks about how gut health is basically the first determination of our mental health. Like the things we eat is this first step to deciding how we're going to be that day. And he's right. And we need to talk more about how our food affects our mental health. So well, thank you, Tucker. I appreciate it. I appreciate all 12 of you coming in and listening to me on this beautiful Sunday at 9 a.m. And I hope you guys join me in the future. And I'm only been able to do it at 9 a.m. because, again, I have a full-time job and I'm trying to find a time that I'm free to do this podcast. And Sunday at 9 a.m. is the best time. So I hope you guys can join me every week at 9 a.m. and we can talk about different things in mental health. Yeah, that's good. The thing is right now that remember we don't have a budget. So a lot of this administration's ideas do not have the money behind them yet. But once the budget's passed, a lot of these cuts are going to happen. They can't happen until Congress passes the budget, and then all the money's located. So I imagine once the budget's passed, a lot of these changes are going to happen, and then we're going to start seeing the bad sides of all of these decisions. Especially if you're disabled or in the special needs, especially those school programs are getting pulled. And I've already talked to mothers who said that it's already happening. That their kids who are special needs are already being affected at school with the funding that's going to be pulled. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Like I said, I'm just positivity. I'm trying to be positive, trying not to demean people who voted for him, because I'm not against people who voted for him. I just don't like the decisions he's making for our country. And it saddens me that people who are disabled, special needs, or have mental illnesses are now being put on the back burner. But now I guess my voice has to be louder. I know I'm a veteran myself. So when I heard about the VA cutting 80,000 jobs, that like every other veteran in America, I got pissed off. I still can't believe that we live in a society where we treat veterans the way we do. Like, they should be treated like kings. Anything they want, they should have. They fought for our freedom. And it makes me sad, man. Yeah, I think if we had put mental health services in the front burner, we would be so much better as a society, because people would be walking around angry. We literally are walking around as a society because we don't know how to deal with the things that we are. We're overwhelmed. Our brains are like, we've given ourselves too much to do in this society that we can't even stop and rest our brains. And I see it so much among single mothers. Man. The burnout between single mothers is profound in our country, and we need to do more. Nothing wrong with being a single mother, but the fact that they have to bear all of, so much as a society, mentally and physically, that we need to do more. We need to do better. But please hit that hashtag. I actually forgot to get the timer, so we'll just give this away now. I'm going to go get a coffee refill and warm it up real fast. All right. Let's spin that. We got 15 people in the house. Please hit that giveaway too. Again, I'm going to give away a random prize when we spin this wheel here. We have some cash, some crystal pyramids, some cool signs, and then some Lion's Mane capsules. Good morning, Crystal. Good to see you. How you doing today? I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. The sun is out. We are alive, and we are approaching spring. We just spring forwarded this morning. So if you got one less hour of sleep, that is why. And this may actually be the last spring forward. It would not surprise me if this presidential administration actually eliminated the time change. And I'm actually okay with that. The time change was created way long ago, before we have the technology we do too. So I think it's kind of pointless, time change, if you ask me. Brenda, well, I'm glad you made it through that. My mom was a single mother, and I saw the struggle she had, but she raised it in the 90s. I think it was a lot easier to be a single mother, because your money went a lot further. But man, nowadays, the price of food, like being a single mother, is just beyond stressful. And I can't imagine sometimes when you go to the grocery store, a single mother with 3 kids, how do you afford that? Does that not worry you? That Lion's Mane is awesome stuff. Yep, tech age 100%. And it's affected my own mental health. The creation of Facebook made all of our minds start to work harder and faster. And that's when suicidal stats started to skyrocket between adolescents. And you can clearly see that on the stats. The year Facebook went mobile, the adolescent suicide rates went up quite dramatically. So the stats clearly prove that technology plays a huge effect on our mental health. And it's very clear to see in 2007 when I think 2007, Facebook went mobile. All right, let's bring up that big screen and giveaway. We got 13 entries. And let's spin it. This is giveaway 2. We have 5 more giveaways after this. So good luck, everybody. Oh, it's Rasta Rhino. Rasta's right there because I saw him post. All right, now Rasta won giveaway number 2. Now we're going to spin that wheel to see what he won. I got you, Rhino. Good morning, Mama Rochi, for sure. 100%, Brenda. But my mom raised 3 boys, so raising 3 boys is still hell on earth, I imagine. All right, let's spin that wheel and see what you got. Let me bring that up. All right, and again, we got $5 still left there. Lion's Mane, we got 2 signs and then 2 crystal pyramids. So let's do a little shuffling. Spin that wheel and see what Rasta wins. I bet he's gonna win the Lion's Mane. It's gonna remind him that he needs that Lion's Mane for those squirrels. Where's it at? I can't see it. Oh, is he gonna get one of them crystal pyramids or that mushroom mental health sign? Oh, it's gonna be that mental health sign. I'm gonna order one myself. I thought it was cool, but you'll be surprised, Ross. You'll like it. That's the mushroom mental health sign. Well, congratulations, Ross. So let me take that off here. We got 5 more to give away now. And let's hit that hashtag again. Hashtag giveaway. Giveaway 3. My friend was supposed to bring back coffee. She was here this morning and she didn't come back with my coffee yet. The giveaway 3. Let's do it, guys. Congratulations again, Rasta. Daryl and Rasta are 2 winners already. And we're at giveaway number 3. And again, we are just celebrating being alive, having a podcast, talking about mental health again, and the fact that I never had a giveaway for the last 400 followers. If you haven't yet, please go follow my YouTube page. And let me give away the link. I'll put the link in the comments. I'm up to 67 subscribers. I really want to get up to 100. YouTube is really it's a greater asset to have people watch your video after your video is over. YouTube, Facebook, not so much. There's still people who view it, but YouTube is definitely. So we want to get more subscribers, and let me put that link. And actually, I'll just bring that up as well. Let me just bring that screen up real fast and show you. So here's our podcast channel. We have 82 videos, 67 subscribers, and like I said, that's where all of me and Rasta's previous videos are. If you want to watch any kind of mental health podcast that me and Rasta have done, then we talk anything from magic mushrooms to trauma. There are definitely a lot of interesting episodes that we did about magic mushrooms. So please look through that. Please subscribe to my channel. And we do mostly live videos, but I will get into more creative content. Something I've always wanted to do, but just haven't done yet. So live videos is not something I always want to do. I always creative content, especially on YouTube, gets a lot more views. Lives do not. And I've noticed that with YouTube, if you do a live, not a lot of people view it. Thank you, Lisa. You don't have to watch over there. Just become a subscriber. If you'd love to watch, you can. Well, Rhino, you do have a show again. We could talk about doing some sponsorships, and I could give you some for free. I understand how things are. Well, you can always work out something through a trade. That's what I say. And get that giveaway number 3 hashtag as well. Do not see the link. Oh, it's actually right there, I guess. I'll just put the link in the comments. There it is right there. That is from my personal page. If you also search the Rumination Project, it should pop up. I think sometimes it's not on the top. Rumination Project. Yep, you'll find it on there. So it should be, it's not the first one because there's always some kind of sponsored ad, but yeah, please go check it out. I appreciate it. Let's get that hashtag back up. Giveaway number 3, and let me I keep forgetting to set the timer. We're gonna go 7 minutes. We're gonna give that away in 7 minutes. We got 13 entries. Actually, might have to give it away sooner. But yeah, there's the hashtag. Please go over there, become a subscriber. Really, really appreciate it very much. I only get about a subscriber a week, but again, I have not mental health podcasted in quite a bit now. Oh, my coffee in the microwave real quick. Alrighty. I'm gonna see if she was coming back with coffee. I thought she was. What's going on, Brenda? How you doing? Hey, Illinois Bud Lovers, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Heck yeah, sounds good, Roston. Oh, you already a follower? Nice. It's the same channel I've been doing for 3 years, so yeah, you might actually be a subscriber. A lot of the subscribers are just random people that find the internet. But my most viewed video is still the episode I did, How to Heal Your Mind from Magic Mushrooms. I think that I should do another episode of that, but I'm not sure if it should be pre-recorded or live. That episode is really intriguing because I go through stuff that people ask all the time. They're like, well, I did magic mushrooms and that didn't happen to me. And my explanation is how to actually use the magic mushrooms to heal your mind. And there is a way, there's a method to use. You can't just take the mushroom and be like, oh, this is going to change my life. I think that I need to do that again because that information was so useful. That information, discovering that information myself changed my life, because you can't just take mushrooms and expect to change. You have to follow a protocol, and I love teaching people about that protocol. And what happened? What did Debbie do? Intention was the key for me, right? And that's the word you need to use, intention. Yeah, that happens, Lisa. Welcome to Facebook. Sometimes it just doesn't show up. And sometimes it'll kick you into another live. If you press somebody's live and it like kicks you over to somebody else's, that happens a lot. So Facebook lives, they're just weird. Oh no, Debbie. No, my friend Jenna. A lot of people haven't met my friend Jenna, but Debbie's another one of my friends. But Jenna is actually one of like my best friend. She if she doesn't have her kids, like she's over here hanging out with me. So she went to go get some coffee, and she said she had to run home, and then she's coming back with coffee. But I actually met her through my farmer's market. I've actually met a lot of friends at the farmer's market, selling the product, and then start talking to them. But you're right, I should tag Debbie in here. I haven't seen her in here, and she definitely likes to watch our show. I've not seen Ted Hanser too. I'm gonna tag him. Who else haven't I seen in here? Oh, I haven't seen Wayne Cruz. I haven't seen Dab King. Let's tag him in here. Congratulations again, Dab King, on your son's wrestling too. Awesome that he got, was that second? Did I get that right? Second in state? Please hit that giveaway as well. We got 2 more minutes. We're going to give the third one away. And we have 5 more prizes to choose from. Thank you, Mama Rochi. I appreciate it. I'll follow you as well. If Master Rochi has a page, I will follow it. Gotcha. Well, we got 20 people in the house. We got quite a bit. Appreciate you guys being here. Let me see if that follower came through, and I'll follow you back. Get 68 subscribers. I hate how it says new subscriber and it doesn't show up for like days. That's YouTube for you. Yeah, it says there's new subscriber and it still shows the last one. So I'll have to find your name and find him. Well, we'll look it up right now. Master Rochi Garden. Oh, there he is. I'm subscribed to him too. Now he's got 133 subscribers. See, that works great. I subscribe to them and they subscribe to me. That's a mutual subscription. So if you do follow me, I'll subscribe to you back as well. And go follow Master Rochi's Garden on YouTube too. He's got 133. See if we can get some more for him as well. Doing well, all my bud lovers. Hopefully you're doing well. The weather's great. Life is good. Coffee's good. I don't have anything to complain about. My life is good. The only thing I have to complain about is the stupid anxiety in my brain, but we're still working on that. Other than that, I just got back from traveling for 25 days, 6,800 miles. I saw 16 locations. That trip changed my life, and I love the fact that I have all this experience in my brain now, because all that experience just changed how I look at life. And I think the smile is a lot brighter on me, it feels like. And I enjoy work again. I mean, my boss really knows how to mentally prepare me. You get all this time off, and then I go next week. We're gonna have a really, really overwhelming week again. I shouldn't call it overwhelming. It's just a lot on our plate, and I'm well rested and ready to go. All right, we got timer went off for another giveaway. How many people we got in this one? 16 entries. Anybody else? Giveaway number 3. Please hit hashtag giveaway number 3, and we will see who wins this. And then we'll spin another wheel to see what your prize is. So that's true. Brain, mental health. It is a constant struggle, and there are things that I still do not like about myself, and I'm still learning. But honestly, I'm trying to live by this book, and I've been reading it again, but it's so hard. This book is such an excellent teacher of how to live your life, how to interact with other people, and how to love. And I've really tried. It's hard. It's hard to do the teachings in that book, but man, things I'm working on still. Thank you, Lacey. I appreciate it. All righty, let's hit that giveaway. We got 16 entries. Good luck, everybody. Susan Bryan, congratulations. She's the last one in there right there. Susan Bryan, are you still here? Giveaway number 3. Being aware of what we don't like. I'll talk about it here in a second, Jason. I usually talk a lot about that book, but let me see who did this giving away. And there she is. All right, now we're going to bring up the wheel and see what you win. And we have this other wheel. And we still have $5, 2 crystal pyramids. That would 2 crystal pyramids, a mushroom sign, and some lines, a whole month's supply of lines, man. So we'll shuffle it a couple times here. And good luck, Susan. Let's see what you win. Is there a way to bring that wheel up just with the wheel? I don't think there is. Oh, you can hide that. There you go. Oh, what's it gonna be? Crystal pyramid. I don't have an applause button in here anymore. I need to bring that in here. It looks like it's gonna be the crystal pyramid. Crystal pyramid, and there you go. I'll ship one of those out to you. It's beautiful. I think a lot of you have seen those crystal pyramids. They're all beautiful, beautiful things. I'll send you one of those, Susan. Congratulations. I actually go grab one of mine. I actually have they make them in different sizes. All right, I got you down there. Congratulations again, Susan. But let me hit that next hashtag. And boom, there we go. Hashtag, this is number 4, right? Giveaway number 4. Oh, 4, not number 4. Giveaway 4. All right, let's see who wins that. And again, I was talking about that book. This is a book by Don Jose Rez, who's actually the same author that wrote the other famous book, The 4 Agreements. So it's the same author of The 4 Agreements. The 4 Agreements are something that are very hard to live by. If you don't know what the 4 agreements are, be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions, and always do your best. And those are 4 agreements that are really hard to live by. And so it's the same author. This is a newer book, and this more or less talks about how there's stories, ancient stories about how the shamans taught each other about life, and then the stories go into exercises and explanations of how to incorporate that into your life. One of the major, I think it's right here. One of the major things that shamans live by, that the 4 agreements are basically rules to live by, but the other things are how to live. And 3 of them are to find your own personal freedoms. That's number 1. Heal yourself from the addiction of suffering. And in shamanism, they actually believed that humans are addicted to suffering, and they actually explain that in detail of how we are. And it is truth. We are deep down subconsciously addicted to suffering. That's why there are people who like to see people's downfall. There are people in other situations that just like to see people fail. It's built into our DNA almost. So we have to fight our own, our own subconscious many times to heal yourself from the addiction of suffering. And I really find that intriguing that a lot of times people are suffering and they don't go to measures to fix themselves or correct themselves, see a therapist, talk about it to a friend. And I think that is important, that we heal from our own suffering, heal from your own trauma. Thank you, Ross. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Earl. I like my mushroom. It's actually a tablecloth, but I made into a background. But thanks, Ross. I understand. And then the third one is be of service to others. And that's the third thing that shamans kind of said to live by. And I guess this is my service to others. Talk about mental health. Go work at a homeless shelter, soup kitchen, help a friend, hold a door for somebody. There are so many ways to be of service of others in the world. And it is important in shamanism. The third rule to live by is be of service to others. Shamans totally believe that in a community that's what we were meant to do: socialize, help each other, and raise each other up. And again, the personal freedoms is also really hard. We are in a society built with tribalism, and tribalism basically lets you see a narrow vision of a road. And I've always tried to stay away from tribalistic ways, religion, other tribalistic, and just be my own individual self. And that's what shamanism is all about. It's about finding who you are, living your true life, and not being somebody else that somebody else wanted you to be. So always remember that you are your own individual self. You are not built based on other people's I guess you'd say, like when a mother takes a child to religion and she expects him to be Catholic his whole life. That's tribalism. You're not really opening up your child's mind to be his own individual self and do what he wants to do in life. And I had that issue when I was a child. I hated church. Didn't want to go. I could care less about it. My mother dragged me, and to this day, I don't really care about religion. My mother forced it upon me, but my whole life I didn't want anything to do with it. That's tribalism. My mother, still to this day, when I actually told her I didn't care for church, for about 3 years after that, she kept asking me to go to church with her. And I'm like, I don't understand why I can't be who I am. Why are you still, trying to put your beliefs onto me? And let people be their own individual self. Let them make their own decisions. If you have a child, I understand younger children need to come to church, but when they get to an age to make their own decisions, stop forcing them to go. If they want to be that person, then let them be that person. It talks heavily in that book about that. Tribalism is heavily talked about in this book because tribalism is one of the ways it destroys our sense of self. Be who you are, not what somebody else wants you to be. So we'll probably give one of these books away. I gave another one away on another podcast about a year ago. So I'll probably buy 2 more copies and then we'll give them away on the show because I think that's how powerful this book is. It's so small, but it contains so much information. It's a beautiful book. Hey, Rochelle, nice to see you. It is nighttime where you are, aren't you? Almost time for bed. And I think I can send you these prizes too all the way to New Zealand. I don't think I have any issues besides the lion's mane. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And it's being free of tribalism it's a level of awareness that is like no other. So when you separate yourself from a tribe, you are able to see the full picture outside that tribe, and you're like, wow, I didn't realize this was happening. I didn't realize. Awareness is everything when it comes to mental health, when it comes to being your own individual self. Awareness is definitely, and me and Ross have talked about that in the past shows about how being aware of your mental health, aware of who you are, just awareness in general is the first step to being free from your own mental anguishes. Ruiz books. Oh, those are the Ruiz, yeah, the author. So he also had another book, but I have not really I don't think I've read it yet. It's A Circle of Fire, and this is a Toltec wisdom book. By Don Miguel Ruiz. it's a very intriguing story. Shamanism is something that can be incorporated to anybody in any religion, and that's why I love learning about it, and I love teaching its lessons, because you can be a Catholic, you can be a Hindu, you can be any religion in the world, Christian, Muslim, and you can incorporate shamanism into your life. They do talk about gods in the book, but they don't mention any specific religion. But shamanism is about finding your own individual freedoms and, healing yourself from your own suffering. %. We are becoming a tribalistic country. I shouldn't say world, because the world still is normal, but we're getting way more hardcore tribalistic. Tribalistic ways tend to lead to wars. That's a fact. And especially when they become too extremes, when they become very polar opposites, those tribes, eventually they're going to clash. Did you read Winnie the Pooh? Is it a specific book, or is it like the original Winnie the Pooh book? Oh, I never set the timer for that third. We're good. 4 more minutes, we'll give away that prize. Get 13 entries and give away 4. Oh, my boss called me. My boss already called and texted me 10:11. It feels like 9:11 with that hour setback, because hour forward. Because I woke up this morning and my alarm had not set forward, so I actually thought it was 7:30, but it was 8:30. Tayo of Piglet. Huh. To look into that. It shows that Winnie the Pooh relates to mental health and different mental health conditions. Huh. Never actually, I don't think I've ever read that. Huh. I didn't know that. I learn something new every day. I've quoted some Winnie the Pooh quotes, but I've never gotten deeper into the books like that. But that's awesome. What other good books do we have? Oh yeah, we have this good book too. And this is the book that I've actually, when I started using magic mushrooms and I started incorporating healing your brain, I started reading this book. This is a documentary on Netflix. They made a 3-part series. Maybe it's 4. This book contains way more information than that, and it says how to change your mind, what the new science of psychedelics teaches us about consciousness, dying, addiction, depression, and transcendence. And this book is probably one of the most intriguing books I've ever read in my life. I actually listened to the audiobooks, but the information in there is mind-blowing, boggles your mind that mushrooms, psychedelics can heal you like that. And it's another great book that I recommend. And what's going on, Chuck Rock? Long time no see. Long time no see and alive, because I haven't been live much lately, but good to see you, Chuck. Sometimes Chuck comes out of hibernation. He just pops in on a live. Hope all is well with you, too. Chuck. We also, I didn't go over more of these stats, but I actually, I was looking at the stats of mental health, and I was noticing up by where Chuck Rock lives, for some reason, the suicide depressive rates of the Northeast are way lower than the rest of the nation. And I'm like, why is that? I was trying to understand why that is. Like, why is the Northeast statistically way lower depressive and suicidal rates If anybody has a theory of why that is, love to hear it. But Chuck Rock, you live in an area where apparently there's less mental health issues. I found that very intriguing when I was going through these stats. My theory is that life is a lot busier in those areas like New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, a lot of big cities. And maybe the hustle and bustle of life makes people forget about mental health issues. Like I notice that too when I'm busier. Like life just gets to a flow and then you just flow through life instead of trying to struggle. Chuck Rocks medicates the area. That might be why. All right, let's give away this fourth giveaway. Timer just went off. We got 13 entries again. Seems like that pretty consistent, but we got 19 people in the house. Is anybody else going to get in that? We got 5 people that probably haven't. Much love, Chuck Rock, for sure. That's probably the best theory I've heard, just because Chuck Rock medicates the area. Gotta keep them medicated. All right, let's hit this hashtag and see who wins it. 13. Oh, why didn't it count Mama Roachis? Maybe it did. Oh. Well, Mama Roach, you got to do it on Facebook. You can't do the hashtags on YouTube, unfortunately. They don't come through. Same thing with you, Lisa. You can't do the hashtags on YouTube. It won't count towards it. Yeah, that's YouTube and Facebook. They never worked out an agreement to do that. So. Only hashtags on Facebook come through. And I think that might have to do with the... Really? They work on yours? No, they didn't. Only 2 went through. That's interesting. I did not know that they worked. That was even possible, so I have to look into it. Yeah. This could be true. All right, let's hit that giveaway. Good luck, everybody. Brenda hasn't won yet. Okay. Brenda, congratulations. I think you are here. I saw you message a few minutes ago. But congratulations. And Brenda, are you still here? It could be. Could be. I always wonder. I don't have the stats on this page, but it's on. If you download the printable version of mental health, you actually see it on a map. Well, is she here? No. Brenda, oh, there she is. Brenda, congratulations. All right, let's spin that wheel and see what you win now. We go to that other screen. There we go. And again, we got 4 prizes left. Is that what we have? Oh, we got $5, Crystal Pyramid, a mushroom street sign, and the lion's mane. Let's see what you got. So good luck, Susan. Not Susan. Good luck, Brenda. Brenda. Sure, I said that right. Oh, it looks like it's going to be the lion's mane. Is that what it is at? Unless it goes all the way to the mushroom sign. Again, that is a whole month's worth of lion's mane. That is 60 capsules. Congratulations. Congratulations, Brenda. Got you down for that. And anybody who doesn't know what lion's mane is something that I sell at greatrivermushrooms.com. It is an amazing brain food energy. It helps beat ADHD, brain fog. It is amazing medicine. You got a brand new car. Oh, come on down. Yeah, like the price is right. You want a brand new car? Come on down. But congratulations. Let's give that fifth giveaway. We still have 3 more prizes to give away. Where we at? I'm trying to find the screen. There we go. And back to that screen. Giveaway 5. Awesome win for sure. Don't forget gut health. That's for sure. Yeah. There's so many things. I'll send a pamphlet when I actually send you the lion's mane. It shows everything it does. Awesome. Awesome, Lisa. Good to hear. Mental health matters, and so does gut health. But let me set that timer. I'm probably going to do it more. So my boss keeps texting back. The only thing about Sundays is I do this podcast, and then after this I have to prepare for the work week. It takes about half an hour, but awesome. Thank you, Brenda. Appreciate it. I tried eating lion's mane once, got banned from the zoo for life. Don't eat that lion's mane. So yeah, we still have the mushroom street sign, another crystal, and then $5 to give away. 3 more giveaways. And I wanted to talk more about the adolescent stats on that mental health stuff. The adolescent ones, I said earlier, are very troubling. So we'll see. The most surprising stat, and this should actually be troubling to anybody who hears this, is 13%. 13% of youth ages 12 to 17 reported experiencing serious thoughts of suicide, and that is a sad stat. There's not anybody that should be at that age thinking about taking their own life, and the fact that we have that 13%. That's a little over 1 out of 10 students in school have thoughts of suicide. That's very high, and that's a very troubling stat. And that's one of the adolescent stats, because those people are if they don't get help now, they're going to grow up and they're going to have adult mental health issues. So that's a very troubling stat. Out of all this the state of mental illness in our country, the way that our adolescents are dealing with mental health issues is a really big issue in our society. It was a roaring good time, wasn't it? That's for sure, Lisa, for sure. It's a struggle, and actually a lot of the food dyes have stuff to do with this, and I'll have an episode with that in the future where we talk about what was I going to say? Suicide. Totally lost track of my thought because my boss just texted me again. But we will have more episodes, and we'll talk about that in the future as well. But yeah, it was the food diet. Yeah. So there's an episode that I did, and there's a great YouTube video that I'll share on that episode about a mother who had her child had serious mental health issues, and she found out it was the dyes. And she's a neurologist, so she started to study her own child, and she actually got it down to what dyes cause what behavior changes. And she wrote this whole diagram about it. And like yellow dyes actually cause suicidal thoughts in young children. Red dyes cause like behavior issues. So each dye actually creates different issues in a child, and I found that was very intriguing to find that out. And there's a lot of mothers who could use that information if they can eliminate a dye from the child's life, and that fixes their issue. What's going on, Jaron? I hope you are doing well. I hope you're enjoying the weather and the beautiful days ahead of us. That's something that I really am passionate about, and I'm one of the few at a farmer's market too that talks about mental health. And I literally, somebody comes by and I'll start talking about, my bipolar or how this stuff can actually treat mental illness. So I love getting into deep discussions about it. It's what I was put on this planet for. Has anybody noticed that my hat keeps changing colors? Look, it's orange now, and it's going to change back to dark orange. That's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, any food additive, and especially with children, food additives, food dyes are really bad for children. Yeah. They haven't allowed children to be children, and I think that's the difference between our generation and the next, Chuck, is that anybody who went through the 90s, I feel like we were actually able to live our childhood and have that childhood without electronics. I think they've definitely made the biggest difference between our generation and the next. I feel like anybody who's lived through the 90s as a child lived through the greatest generation. And you look back and you can see that now. We had the greatest music. We were literally outside riding bikes with our friends and not worrying about with social media and everything else. And I really miss those times. I think if we went back to those times as a society, we'd be in a way better spot than we are. And I watch those videos. There's a lot on Instagram. There'll be like nostalgic videos, and they'll show memories from the 90s. And I'm like, damn, did we have it good? It really was one of the most intriguing times in our American society as a whole. And now we're all chasing that. Now we're all seeing the benefits of that. Now we have all this technology, and we're having all these mental issues. We have children with ADHD issues across the board because they can't stay focused more than 7 seconds because of these apps and technology. And it's becoming an issue. It's pretty insane when you go to school now and you see how much children cannot focus for more than 10 seconds compared to the 90s generation when we had to focus. We didn't have that distraction of our cell phones. We had bottled that with our teens. Yeah, 2007 was that's when the Facebook mobile came out. And that's when our planet changed, I feel like. Maybe set Indian style, not a single person was offended. It's Nintendo. Yeah, I loved the Nintendo. And you usually played it with your friends, so it was more of a social event than anything. It wasn't like today where you're playing it by yourself. I think back then playing a video game was more of doing it with your friends, socializing and having fun. Yeah, sure, Lisa. The Indian era. But I've actually seen the two that, speaking of Native Americans, that they are also struggling as well with their mental illness. So there's a lot of addiction issues among Indian tribes nowadays. I was going to share something else. So it's, that stat too about suicide, it was 5% of adults have serious thoughts of suicide, 13% of youth. So the youth are having a lot more trouble than adults. So about 1 out of 20 people, 1 out of 20 adults have suicidal ideations, and about 1 out of 10 teenagers, 12 to 17, have suicidal ideations. And I've been there in my life. As many of you see my pinned post on my Facebook, I openly talk about that. I understand that, what that very dark place feels like. And I've come back from it. That's why I'm here to talk about it. And it's very hard sometimes to talk about suicide because men don't open up about it, but it is the truth that it is a horrible darkness, and many times it takes your life. It almost took mine too. If you know, you know, right? And again, please, thank you guys for all joining me. We have 17 people in the house. Please hit that like reaction button, share to a friend. We can still get this message out even after the live's over. And maybe we can save a life or help somebody out today. Wouldn't that be awesome? There are a lot of people on Facebook struggling who need education with how to deal with mental health. And I actually get messages all the time with people asking how I did it. And I had to go crazy in order to become sane. I feel like that's what happened. And you have to go through your own trauma. And it sucks. It's not fun. But one of the most freeing journeys you'll ever have is facing, your own demons. Last year we looked at those stats. I have not seen an age group on stats yet. They're just it's mostly adults. But that is a good question. I don't not see any adult stats about older generations. Well, maybe they didn't do stats. That might be in the deeper report, but I don't see it in any of the general. So that's even crazier. 10% of adults actually have health insurance, but they have health insurance that will not cover mental health costs. What? That doesn't make any sense. That's like saying, hey, we're going to pay for all your body hospital bills, but your mind's not included. Like, your mind is the most important thing out of all that, and they're not covering it. Tell me if that makes sense. That makes absolutely zero sense that an insurance company is not going to cover mental health services. But yet here we are, 10% of adult and 8.5% of youth still have insurance companies that will not cover mental health services. Huh. What a joke. That is a joke. I don't understand how that's not covered. That just boggles my mind. These insurance companies are greedy. That's all there is to it. Oh, you're struggling mentally and your whole body's falling apart because of that? Oh, we're not going to cover it. Like, the first thing when your mental illness falls apart, guess what falls apart right after that? Your physical body. And it deteriorates very fast depending on how bad your mental illness is. And Sir Steve-O here. If Sir Steve-O here, nice to see you, sir. If Sir Steve-O's here, that'll be the first time we've had Sir Steve-O, Rasta Rhino, and Chuck Rock in the same room in a while. It's good to see all of you guys. And we're going to give away this hashtag too, so we can get out of here today. Got 12 people in it. Again, if you want to get in that hashtag, give away 5. And we have 3 more prizes to give away. Probably right. But if you took care of your mental health, imagine how many physical issues would disappear. And I've seen the correlation in my own life of how much your mental health has to deal with your physical health. In this book, anybody who is into chakras, which I actually find very intriguing, chakras are interesting. And I wasn't a big believer in it at first, but then I started researching it more. And chakras are basically how does your emotional health play a toll into your physical health? Like anxiety, people with anxiety tend to have back pain and other issues. And there's a lot of different, it's intriguing. Like this book right here actually tells you, if I remember right. So yeah, anger. So let's take anger, for instance. Anger is an issue in here. And then it actually explains how the anger is affected in your chakras and moves into your physical body. And every time I look into this kind of information, it's the truth comes out. Like, just blows my mind. The chakras are very interesting. You don't have to believe in all the other spiritual stuff around it, but it's so much truth to how your emotional being affects your physical body. And that's why I find chakras so intriguing. I'm not a very big believer in that, the other parts of it, like maybe rocks have an influence on your mental health and other stuff, but I'm not saying it doesn't, because there are unseen things in this universe that we do not understand. And I'm definitely open-minded to that stuff, but still very skeptical. Yeah, the brain is the epicenter of health. Yeah, Western medicine and the creation of the Facebook mobile app will be the destruction of this planet. And it already is. Like those are two things that happened that are just not good in our lives. Yeah, it's good to be positive, Chuck Rock, but you still have to live in reality though sometimes, and be very aware that something's bothering you. Or I used to have that channel, Gaia. I might actually still have it. That's on Amazon Prime. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting programs on Gaia, especially about chakras, magic mushrooms, and other psychedelics. And it's a really interesting channel. But they also go into weird stuff too. You can find some weird subjects. But everything is energy. You're right. The one thing that still blows my mind, that makes me realize that there's so much unseen shit in this world, is watching geese fly north. How do they know that? Science does not understand how a goose knows when to go north. Like, they have some kind of instrument inside them that we are just not aware of, and they're able to pick up on things in the world that we aren't. And many of them actually think that birds they're able to detect pressure systems that are weeks out in advance. And that's the theory. So that's an prime example of how unseen forces in our planet shape everything, and we have no idea how it works. So what other unseen things are we unaware of energy wise that we just can't pick up on or read, like a ghost, like a duck does? And every time I see them fly north or south, I always sit there and wonder, I'm like, how the hell do they know to do it right now? How do they know? They do it different times every year. And it's very intriguing, the life of a duck. There are also birds that are able to predict weather events, and they don't understand. There's some type of bird that moves out of an area, I think a week or two before really bad weather hits. And scientists, it baffles scientists. They still can't figure it out, how this bird knows that. Interesting energy all around us. That's for sure. Everything is energy, Lisa. All right, let's give away this other hashtag. We got 13 people in it again, so Good luck, everybody. Ronald Blackwell. I didn't even see you in here, buddy. It's good to see you in here. Congratulations. Are you still here? All right. Congratulations, Ronald. Are you still here? Yeah, there he is, Ronald. Thank you for joining us. All right, let's hit that spin the wheel and see what you actually win. We still have 3 prizes, including $5, a mushroom street sign, and another crystal. So good luck, Ronald. Let's see what you get. Cryptocurrency. It's all right, Brenda. Appreciate you joining me. Yeah, that might be true, Jared. That's a good theory. I like that theory. That makes sense. Is it going to be $5? I'll buy you coffee this morning. I love coffee now, like $7. It looks like it's going to be $5. Ronald Blackwell. And we have a winner for $5. Congratulations, Ronald. Let's hit that the next hashtag. We have 2 more prizes. Giveaway number 6. What happened to my screen? There we go. And we're just going to set this one for 6 minutes. So we're not here all day. Quick giveaway for 6 minutes here. Thank you, Mama Rochi. It's only going to get better, too. I feel like when I get back in the flow of things, I start work full-time next week. We're going to get back into mushroom going, podcasting. And we're just going to get back into the flow of life. And I'm really enjoying it. That traveling is something that really opened my eyes to how to deal with mental health. Because I always get seasonal depression in the winter. This winter, I did not have that. This is the first time in decades that I did not have any seasonal depression, and I can only relate it to traveling. Traveling really helps with your depressive state. And I know, tried to figure out why. I need to do some more studying, and I think it has to do with serotonin, obviously. Traveling and experiencing things creates serotonin in your brain. And many of the reasons I have bipolar issues is because of my serotonin levels go up and down. Still try to regulate it, and best way to regulate it is through boundaries. I found out you can regulate your serotonin levels by staying away from things that trigger it, that trigger your mental illness. And I've had people call me an asshole, call me bad things for respecting my own boundaries. But they're my boundaries. This is my mental health, my life, and I respect me before I put anything else forward. And some people don't like it. They don't like when you put up boundaries and you're like, I'm not going to do this anymore. And people hate it. But in reality, they should respect it. When I started making boundaries with my mental health, I started eliminating people out of my life. I started people and even Facebook friends, it's okay to delete people who may affect your mental health. Create that boundary, and if they're offended by it, so what? You don't have to get on Facebook and be triggered every single day by reading somebody's Facebook that you don't want to be part of their lives. And that's not immaturity. That is your boundary. And I hate how people say that all the time. They're like, oh, we're supposed to get along with everybody. That's not the case. You need to create boundaries, and you need to separate yourself from people who may trigger those. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's not immaturity. I'm getting tired of people saying that. It's okay to cut off family members. I cut off my own mother for a year and a half, people, and it helped. It helped our relationship, even though I didn't go to family events for almost 18 months. I felt that it was necessary to cut my own mother off to heal my own brain. So yeah, proactive with your mental health for sure. And always create those boundaries. Boundaries are important to not having those triggers so you can actually, work on that mental health. That was one thing I really discovered, is that triggers were all over to trigger bipolar symptoms when I got diagnosed, and I had to eliminate them one by one to get to the point I am now. Eliminate unhealthy relationships, negative people, and even if you have like 3 friends, those 3 friends may be amazing people, and that's way better than having 10 friends who are constantly nagging, creating triggers in you and other things. I love being stimulated by growth. Stimulated by growth. That's 100% true. We got 1 more minute. We're going to give this other away. 9 entries. 2 more prizes. So whoever wins this one, we'll automatically know who wins the 7th one, what you're winning. And again, if you haven't, please go over, and we have a few people on YouTube. Go over there and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I think we actually got 3. You guys are awesome. We got 4 new subscribers during this live. We're up to 71. I appreciate you guys so much for going over there and subscribing. Much love, guys. Much love. That's tough, Lisa. 94 years old. At that stage, though, is your mother, going to change? Probably not. So that's hard, Lisa. My mom is 69. She still can change as a person and approach me differently, and I've seen it in her. She does not know how to approach me, and I don't know how to approach her. It's still something we're working on. But at one point, maybe we'll have to go to therapy together to heal our relationship. And it's not because I think of her bad. It's because we were never close. My bipolarism actually started because of the lack of mother and a child, and that's something that the magic mushrooms, made me fully aware of. When you are between the ages of 4 to 6, if you do not have that emotional attachment to your mother, you will have serious issues in your adulthood. And there are plenty of studies and facts that show that relationship with your mother is one of the most important relationships you can have in your life to be mentally healthy. Oh, appreciate it, Rasta. Did you just get another one? 71. Oh, one of them is you. Okay. Yeah, we got Lisa, Daryl, Joe Rose, and then it just shows me those 4 or 3. All right. We got any more entries? Giveaway number 6. Hit that hashtag, guys. We got 15 people in here and only 9 on the board. Also, please hit that reaction button. We got 23 reactions. If you haven't hit it yet, please do. I really, really appreciate it. Giveaway. We got 10 entries. I think that was Thank you, Melissa. I appreciate it. Hello, Rishia. How are you doing? Nice to see you in here. Yeah. Yeah, my mother and my mother actually had a good relationship with both my brothers. They more or less have normal relationship with her, but when my mother I was going through that stage of my life when my mother was actually going through divorce, and she emotionally checked out, as a lot of people do when they actually are going through something that bad. And my mother, she just wasn't there for me because she mentally checked out during those 2 years that I needed her. And after that, that's when all my behavior issues started. And I think I realized that the way to get my mother's attention was to be a bad kid. Because being a good kid was not getting my mother's attention. And that's a lot of times how behavior issues start. And then the child becomes addicted to that by their neurons are now set to that. They're like, oh, I get a reward if I act bad. And that is the way a lot of behavior issues start. And they stay that way because the child doesn't know any better. And they'll medicate the kid and be like, oh, it's medication is going to help. No, it's the fact that the child does not have a relationship with their mother that has caused all these issues. And I hate that doctors do not recognize this. And as in my case, I was fed medication, and now I have a whole bunch of gut issues because of all that years of medication. And that's where some of the healing is going to happen too. I still hold resentment for my mother for putting me on medication. She denies that I have gut issues because of prescriptions, but there are plenty of science that show antidepressants destroy your gut health. And like nobody else in my family has gut issues but me. I'm the only one that took antidepressants, and yet my mother still denies that fact. But I already know that all that medication for 20 years just destroyed it. And I'm trying to get my gut better naturally, but it's really hard. So, all right, let's hit this giveaway. We got 10. So good luck, everybody. Kids definitely crave any attention. That's right, Lisa. Lisa Robinson, congratulations. Lisa Robinson, are you still here? We've been live for almost 2 hours, so that's probably what most of my podcasts are going to be, is about 2 hours. There you are, Lisa. Congratulations. So if anybody ever, the future's checking in from about 9 to 11. I'll be live on Sundays, not all the time 2 hours. It might be shorter, but that is what we will be shooting for. I think that's what me and Rasta used to do, about 2 hours. All right, let's see what you win here. We got 2 more prizes still left. What are the other 2 prizes? Oh, we got a crystal pyramid and a mushroom street sign. So let's spin it and see what you get. $100%, Jaron. It's 100%. I agree with that. So whatever she wins, whatever's left over, that'll be the 7th prize, obviously. And it looks like it's going to be, what is that? Mushroom Street sign. I don't think it's going to go over the Crystal Pyramid. Congratulations on the Mushroom Street sign. Again, if anybody won tonight, please just shoot me your address, because on Sundays is where I'm going to do all the shipping out for prizes. And we'll remove that, and we only have a Crystal Pyramid left, so we're just going to do a hashtag Crystal Pyramid. And there we go. Again, we only have one winner per time, so if you've already won, you're welcome to enter the hashtag and give it away as a prize too. So, and there we go. Crystal Pyramid. Oh, Crystal Pyramid. There you go. Well, I didn't do giveaway number 7. Sorry, Brenda. Changes it up. So at least you know what you're winning. I can just put Crystal Pyramid hashtag. And I think we can take that out. But I appreciate you all joining me today. We still have 15 people in the house. And I appreciate you guys joining me and talking about sharing your stories, talking about mental health. It's very important. And today we're just going over general state of mental health in our America, and it's not very good right now, people. If you have people struggling, look into them. And I actually saw just one of the saddest. Before I went to bed last night. There was a girl. I don't know who she was, but she posted online. She said that she was having a manic episode and that her dog was tired of it. And this morning she committed suicide. It's really sad, man. And I hate when stuff like that happens. I see it, every single day. Man, another person takes their life, and struggle with having to see that, And I've tried to take my own life once, and she was like 22 years old. Decided to post on Facebook, and then she killed herself this morning. And it's sad. Somebody shared it and said, checking on your mental health. And I went to her page, and there was already outpouring. Her friends she'd already killed herself. And it's really sad. I know what that's like. And I get emotionally attached to it too, because I've been there. I understand how dark that place is. I'm literally crying for somebody I don't know. But I didn't know who the girl was. I just saw somebody share it, and I was devastated myself that somebody took her own life. So check on your friends. Beautiful people out there taking your lives all the time. It's very sad. And I forgot to get Kleenex while I was live, which is necessary because I do tear up sometimes. Not enough resources. Sharon, I didn't know who she was. It was somebody, they were just sharing her story. I don't know who the girl was. I just saw somebody shared it, and then I was like, oh, that girl doesn't seem to be doing well mentally. And then I went to her Facebook, and like 3 hours after she posted, they had already found that she was dead. And she was obviously going through a bipolar episode of manic issue, which I have a lot of times too. Manic, when you have a manic episode, you definitely feel like dying. And it's horrible. Yeah, I think she was 22 years old from seeing her Facebook. And I that's the second time I've actually seen somebody post on Facebook and then take their life. And it's mind-boggling sometimes to look at somebody's post and then realize that 3 hours later they were dead, and then realize that was the last, statement to the world. Yep, call the crisis line, talk to a friend. Remember, moments of suicide are only temporarily. Many times you're stuck in a bad place, but you can come out of it. I'm living proof of that. I survived. But man, yeah, that was sad. Last night I just felt like crying when I saw that, and it's just sad. Man, that's hard, Jared. That has to be part of the job. I would think that the police would take care of it, but man, you have to call their parents. Sorry that you went through that. Well, thank you, Lisa. Empathy is definitely a beautiful thing, and I appreciate you being here to talk and listen and share your story as well. Reach out, 100%. I've had too many people now that I know that took their own lives, and I often wonder, like, what could I have done? And maybe we can do something more as a society together than we need to change things. Life it's short and beautiful, and people are taking their lives, and not realizing how special life is. We're literally floating ball in the middle of the universe. We may be the only life that we know of, and how special is that? That's really special to think about how special we are. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget how special you are as well. And let's hit that last giveaway. We're approaching 2 hours. We got 10 people in that, and we're going to give away this last prize of a crystal pyramid. And I appreciate everybody joining me in today. Again, don't forget to hit that reaction button wherever you're watching from, whether on YouTube or Facebook. And let's hit that giveaway. Good luck, everybody. Arish Rahal. I think I just saw you post. Yeah, right there. Are you here still? Congratulations. I appreciate y'all joining me here. It's been 2 hours of your time with me this morning on this beautiful Sunday. The weather is supposed to improve, so get out this afternoon, get some vitamin D. We all need it. And go to bed early tonight as well. We got that hour time change, and I'm sure it's going to start messing with our equilibrium. Arisha Hall. I have to say that slow to make sure I get all the syllables. Congratulations. I'm going to ship you a crystal pyramid. Make sure you send me your address. And I'm writing your name down now. And I got you. And again, we are at 2 hours. Again, we're probably going to start shutting it down around then every week. I just want to remind you guys, where's that piece of paper? About 3 things that we're really going to encourage every single week on here. And I told you it's based off of the teachings of the shamans. In this book, great book. Again, I recommend it. It's only $14 on Amazon, even cheaper if you buy the audiobook. 3 things: find your own personal freedoms, heal yourself from the addictions of suffering, and be of service to others. Literally 3 things to live by that can really improve your life, and you can live by the way of the shamans. I really, really like their teachings, and we'll continue to kind of teach them as this podcast continues, the ways of the shamans and how to love and just live through life. So I appreciate every single one of you joining me. Appreciate all the love you've given me. Again, hit that reaction button on the way out. There are a lot of people who will see this afterwards. And we'll see you next week. Next week, I'm not sure what the subject will be, but we'll continue on this journey of talking about mental health. And I hope to see you guys there next time. So again, much love, guys. Do not forget to love yourself. That is the most important thing you can do. So until next time, guys, I'll see you guys later. So I'm going to end it with my little intro. I'll see you guys later. Have a good Sunday.
Wandering on the beach. The ocean sprays. The birds speak. We look inside and rise in peace. Eyes open to realize hope as we walk in beauty wherever the path leads. Creator is guiding me on this journey. That's all I need. Warmth beneath my feet as I look into the skies. Tears fill my eyes, and love fills my mind. The drum sounding so astounding, heart pounding with relief. Ears open to catch the lessons, 5 fingers counting my blessings. I believe with time and effort we can achieve.